this is huge. Those that learn organic chemistry, did someone tell you it is a confirmed question? It's huge. I put on that always important. And this is something you cannot memorize. You got to play. So welcome to playing. I would like to give you 1 mark first. They ask you to define isomers. What are isomers? Isomers are organic compounds, or you can just say compounds is fine. They have the same molecular formula, but they have different structural formulae or formula, plural, because they smell they want. 1 more mark, they ask you what is the similarity or differences between all these isomers. Right? You already say the similarity, right? What is the similarity? They say molecular formula. What is the difference? They have different structure. So basically, different structure means they are different compounds. Yes? And what else is different? Because they're different compounds, ladies and gentlemen, they have different physical properties. What are physical properties for chemist student? We learn this as early as chem bonding and acid base in Sec 3. Usual one are your melting point, boiling point, density, and so on and so forth. These are the top 3. Okay? Not new. We have been doing this for a while. And then we start to play. Okay? First one I do for y'all, because I want to guide you through. Ready? Now, if this question come out in exam, how many isomers are there in C4H10? Draw all of them. Your first thing to do is to catch this molecular formula and then ask yourself what is the general molecular formula. Based on what you have learned. You don't have a lot, right? You got alkane, alkenes, alcohols, carboxylic acid. This looks like who? Work backwards. Number patterns. Okay, CnH, 2n plus 2. Thank you. Once you're there in your head, you don't write this down. This is in your head. Within 3 seconds, you're ready to work it out. Please refer to alkanes. What do I mean by alkanes? Alkanes are saturated. I just discussed this. And alkanes only has what bond? CC bond and CH bond. Get this down, please. And how we play them? Follow me closely. Isomerism is always 100 marks, 100%. You don't lose a single mark due to whatever you call. And there's no such thing as careless mistake. It's you know or you don't know. Do you have the concepts and the strategy to work it out or not? And this is my strategy. First molecule, ladies and gentlemen, is I always draw horizontal. And we know carbon must always join to carbon. And carbon make 4 bonds. I discussed it last week, remember? Very important. It's just drawing. And I told you it's linked to covalent bonding. I told you you're going to read a bit already on covalent. And you know what? I'm going to close both eyes or wink a bit, see a bit. I'm going to just put it in and I won't even want to check. You can. I know I'm always correct. With confidence, I get full marks. Because I know carbon always make 4 bonds. And because I've sorted this out a long time ago. First molecule, I draw it horizontally. Follow me, The next one, what I'm going to do is chop 1 carbon. Yes. 4 carbon, chop 1 left with 3. Let me make sure this is recorded now. And I will always put it in the non-carbon, non-corner carbon atom. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just use rubber band. I got molecular set, but I think there's no point to use because you don't have molecular set. You get rubber band at home, you use. Cannot see, bring to exam hall, they cannot say you're cheating, right? Use. Okay, bring 2 rubber band there. But you don't, because once you get it from me, you get it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 4 carbon length. Everyone okay? Assume. Yes, rubber band. Yes. Everyone, very simple. Now, if I put a carbon, I chop 1, for example. So I make it shorter, is it okay? I make it shorter, so it's a 3 carbon. So assume this is shorter than 3 carbon. And the carbon, I take it out, right? Assume that carbon is here, the end of rubber band. Everyone okay? So if you realize, I put it in the middle. And I kind of bond it, right? So I tie it, isn't it? I tie it. Let's assume I can tie it. My hand not very limber today. All right. Let's assume I tie it. Everyone okay? So it's like a T-shape. Can you see now, everyone? You see, it's like a T-shape. Yes, like a T-shape. You realize this carbon will always be in the middle. It cannot move. Are you with me? Therefore, this, right, it must be a new compound. The molecular formula is going to be the same. I'm going to show you. And this thing cannot move, it's stuck in the middle. You don't ever put it at the corner. If you put it at the corner, there's a problem. Why? Because this bond can flip up one. Are you with me? So look at it, it's still a 4 carbon. Everyone, you cannot memorize this. Hello, Miss Sarah, you with us? Yes? Can? All right. Now, again, let's put in all the H. From now onwards, I will not be putting a H because it's a waste of time. So in exam, you obviously have to put, but you don't put when you are drawing. It is very slow. What you want to do is what? You want to get the carbon all nicely done before you now, okay, I put in all the boring hydrogen. Count again, I think you get what you want. For sure. Because carbon make 4 bonds. All you need is make sure your carbon got 4 lines, maximum around each of them. Yes? Now, then you want to play with the third molecule, probably. And then let me show you that it is wrong. Okay, we say put at the corner, right? I tell you don't do that. All right? Why? Can I don't draw in on the H already? Yes, you should know you can draw. Now, you look at them to confirm what you need to do is to name them. You need to name them. All right? When you have a different name, you are different compound. So let me show you why they are the same, 2 and 3. Remember how we name something, ladies and gentlemen? Longest carbon chain and see whether they're functional group or not. Don't have. This is an alkene. So ladies and gentlemen, the surname, Chinese in a Western country, molecule number 1, ends with an in, the surname. Yes? How many carbon are there? Which sibling is it in the family? 1, 2, 3, 4. The but or the but. And that's it. It's called butane. Next, if I go to number 2, and you are not supposed to leave your pen, what's the longest carbon you can have without leaving the pen? 3. You do like that, it's 3. Some people say, I also never leave like that. Yes, also 3. It's the same. But because I'm the one drawing, are you with me? I'm in control. I'm always draw it in the way my horizontal line is the longest chain. Can you see now? If it's MCQ, then it's a different story. Then you have to use color it or use pencil. Make sense? But I draw, it is always the longest chain. Why do I draw it like that? Because my eye is always look horizontal. All right? My eye is not slanted. Like. Make sense? So, this is always my longest chain. Now, if you look at it, then what is the name? We take the chance to name, right? Ladies and gentlemen, what is this? There's no functional group, it's still an alkene. What is the longest carbon you have? 3. So 3 is known as prop. It's called propane. But then don't forget, the father is out, but this one did show the mother. The mother is called a methyl. Yes? Some people will introduce this, it's called the numbers. Correct? Soon we'll talk about number 1, 2, 3. To me, what is this called? All right, I call this the fruit tree. Ladies and gentlemen, a tree look like this. It has branches. Yes, a branches will have fruits. So the question is your durian at this position or durian at this position? Make sense? It does make a difference. Yes? Now, and that's why we label the position like 1, 2, 3. When you draw or label, you always label from the end. Everyone okay? You got ruler. If I ask you, hey, help me to count. What's the length of this posting note? My son, me will do at 0 to this. I say 5 cm or 15 cm. My son was damn cheeky. 2 days ago, I just whacked him for 2 hours, scolded him. All right, asked him to smart is useless, better be more hardworking and be down to earth. And today is his birthday. Well done, I just whacked him 2 days ago. All right, he will do this because he is really smart, not smarter than me. He'll do at 15, make sense? Which is still very easy, make sense? But nobody going to do this, right? This is so not easy. Are you with me? And then we are prodigy, then you do this kind of measurement. Make sense or not? Common sense. When you count, you always count at this end or this end to start with first. Are you with me, my friend? Common sense. Chem? Done. Drink water, my friend, whoever is tired. Here we go. So by right, I need to put a 2 because it's really at position number 2, that rambutan or that durian. Make sense? Now But will I do that? Right? You do this, I think it's okay, but it's not necessary. And if you go Google, you will not see this. You will not see this. It's not necessary to put 2 there. Why? Let me tell you in a short while. So it's a question mark. Why not? We go to the third molecule. This molecule is not the third isomer. Why? Because if you start and you end without lifting a pen, it's exactly like who? It's exactly the number 1. I.e. this is not a molecule. Got it, everyone? Because I name it, it's the same name what? No functional group. And what do you have? 4 carbon. Isn't it the same name as the first one? In your school PowerPoint, they read out for you. They don't discuss. In the exam, when you change the thing, then you cannot do. Ladies and gentlemen, don't read. Understand. Is it okay, everyone? We just started. We're going to go and update further. Okay, then over here, why don't I put a 2? Very simple. It's not necessary. What do we mean by not necessary? Remember sodium chloride? Sodium chloride ionic compound by right is like this, correct? But it's not necessary. Because you write like that, people also know it's sodium chloride. Make sense? Well, no, my friend. Not reading, understand. So what do I mean by it's not necessary to do so? If you take a look, I don't think you need that, because if I remove the 2, can I still get structure number 2? You can, and let me show you. Now, remember, we always name, important is behind, right? So you want to draw based on the name, you always start here. Everyone okay? So I know it's an alkane, so I know there's only CC bond. Agree? Yes? How many carbon are there? Go to prop. 3 carbon. Make sense? Okay, so I use the name. Then methyl is a CH3, correct? So you ask yourself, can I put the CH3 at the corner? Can't, because that is molecule number 1. Makes sense. So the only way you can do is molecule number 2. So even without the 2, I can draw it out, which is the same thing. We don't need to put 2. Just like sodium chloride, no need to put the 1 and 1 substitute.
If you would like to catch my latest videos, click on subscribe button right now. And click on the bell if you want to receive instant notifications once I've uploaded my latest video. If you would like to join my live chemistry classes and revision workshops, go on to winnerseducation.com and find out how you can score distinction for chemistry on a consistent basis, either in our center or online via Zoom. If you want to check out my online school, go on to passwithdistinction.teachable.com. You'll be able to learn chemistry concepts at your own pace and anywhere in the world, topic by topic. This is Sean Chua from Winners Education, to your distinction in chemistry.